Question number 70. Dashboards. Chief Sales Officer of Future Image Technologies Ltd has raised a concern that there is a broader view of opportunities in the system dashboard, which is enabling sales users to see more opportunities that they do not own. OWD for opportunities that is private. What can be causing this inappropriate access problem in dashboard? As a system administrator, you have to figure it out. You got four options: dashboard filter, report filter, public dashboard, and dynamic dashboard. So before we get into the details, right? Let's try to understand this question, and also we'll try to understand why these kind of questions you can expect in the external certification. So the intent of this question is to test your knowledge about sharing settings and how it can change the data that can be displayed, to the user. So sharing settings will influence the data that one can see on the dashboard. So that's why these kind of questions you can certainly expect when you appear for admin certification. So you need to have a strong fundamental knowledge about how sharing setting works, and most importantly how that influence, right, the data being displayed on the dashboards. So let's take a another look at the question. So this part is critical. OWD for opportunities set as private, fine, which indicates that only the owners of opportunity should see the opportunity data, correct? So that is the intent. But the actual concern raised by the CSO is, it seems that sales users are seeing opportunities that they do not own, which means something else or somewhere else, something is wrong, isn't it? So we have to figure it out why, or why it is happening in the dashboard. So again, four options we have. The right answer to this question is option D. We're going to see why option D is the right answer. Okay, to demonstrate this, I've just set up, yeah, my hands-on arc like this. So if you just take a look at it, the sharing settings, the opportunity is been declared or defined as private. So which means only the owners of the opportunity can see the opportunities, right? And I do have two users. One is system administrator, of course, can see everything in the system, right, Rajesh, and the other user is John Doe. And John, is having a sales profile. Perfect. So let's go back here, and this is the opportunity list. As you can just see, you have couple of you have Rajesh created most of the opportunities, but there is one opportunity created by John Doe and one by Archana. Fine. So ideally speaking, since the OWD for opportunity is set as private, when John logs in, he should see only one opportunity in his login. Whereas Rajesh, being a system administrator and has access to all the opportunities, can see all the opportunities or opportunities created by other owners as well, right? So this is how the current setup is, and we did created a dashboard. As you can just see, this is the dashboard. It's called opportunity report. So this is showing me the list of opportunities by owner, and also the total revenue from the opportunities by owner. So this is the dashboard. So now let's take a look at how this dashboard will look or will appear for John Doe. Okay, because John has just one opportunity, right? Yeah, and OWD is set as private. Ideally speaking, John should not see opportunities from other owners, Archana and Rajesh. But is that the case? Let's just quickly cross check. Okay, so I'll go to users and then let me try to click on login. Let me log in as John. So I can see, as you can just see, right, I've just logged in as John Doe, and I'm just going to look for the dashboard. So there is one. So let me just click on this dashboard. Good. So now, as you can just see, John is able to see just, is, just as, um, just as opportunity alone, right? So this is the expected behavior, correct? But the question is different, isn't it? Yeah, the question is different, isn't it? Where the users are able to see opportunities that they do not own. So when does that happen? isn't it? Because it looks everything fine right here because the sharing settings is private. That's the reason. John is seeing only his record. He's not seeing the opportunity owners or the opportunities from the other owners, right? Which is perfectly fine. But there is one particular setting, if that is not handled in the right way, things could go wrong, which is what I'm going to just show you. So first, let me log out as John Doe. Yeah, I'm just relogging as system administrator, and let's go here. So this is the let me just go to this dashboard, and then let me click on edit. Yeah, and in when you are in this dashboard edit mode, right, you do have an option. If you just click on this properties or settings, right, you do have an option called view dashboard as. So if you choose as a dashboard viewer, then the OWD, whatever you have just set it is applicable. Okay, so since the OWD is set as private, so the system will honor OWD, and then it will just show you only, or it will display only the data that the user is supposed to see, or only the data that user is having access to. If this is not configured the right way for some reason, let's say if this is, it is set as me, which is system administrator, right? Then this becomes a, again, a dynamic dashboard wherein this dashboard will run with an elevated access. Okay, and now this is configured as me, which is a system administrator. Now what happens is dashboard, this dashboard will preserve this, the settings. Now when John logs in, just see what happens. Let me go back to users. Let me click on John Doe. Let's try the same. And now you can just see this, right? John is able to see the opportunities from other owners as well. How did this happen? Because I configured the dashboard, to be dynamic, number one. Number two, I ensured that this dashboard, it's running on a different user, not the user who has just logged in. Yeah, and that is the reason I'm able to override the OWD setting and able to see more data than I'm supposed to see. And now you will realize why option D is the right answer. So it is the dashboard configuration. So we made this dashboard, a dynamic in nature. Plus we ensured that this dashboard is not on, it's not using OWD by default. Instead, we wanted dashboard to override that setting and use an user who is having elevated access to see more data in the system. And that is the reason, now as you can just see, John is able to see more data than is supposed to see, right? So let me just log out again and re-log in as system administrator. Let me go to the dashboard. Yeah, I'll go to edit mode. Good. So now you realize why option D is the right answer, right? So public dashboard has got nothing to do with it. So you can just share your dashboard, either private or public. That's immaterial. So it's about the settings, it's about the view dashboard as setting that determines the data that is supposed to be displayed on the dashboard report. So report filter or dashboard filter again, does not have any influence here. Dashboard filter, is this. So this will help you to filter the data that is shown on the dashboard. That's all it is. If you want to just show only the opportunities where the state is Chicago, where the state is Troy, then I can just search for the state and then I can just apply the filter. So that's how I can use this dashboard filter. And a report filter, because each dashboard underlying dashboard it runs the report, right? So if you just click on a report, of course at a report end, you don't have to really worry about the filter, because right in this example I've just configured to show all the opportunities, isn't it? So again, report filter will not influence this. So it's only the fourth option, which is when you make when you set up your dashboard, when you set view dashboard as option, you should be really careful, because that will open up more data than a user is supposed to see in the system. So option D is the right answer.